The deal would see Israeli forces withdraw from southern Lebanon over 60 days, while Hezbollah would move north of the Litani River, about 29 kilometers away from the border with Israel, a region that would then see an influx of Lebanese army troops who are expected to patrol the area. The deal could eventually allow the return of hundreds of thousands of people displaced in both Israel's north and Lebanon's south due to this conflict. The U.S. president, speaking in the Rose Garden at the White House, confirmed that the U.S. brokered truce had been reached as he confirmed the parameters of the agreement.
Under the deal reached today, effective at 4 a.m. tomorrow local time, the fighting across the Lebanese-Israeli border will end. Will end. This is designed to be a permanent cessation of hostilities. What is left of Hezbollah and other terrorist organizations will not be allowed, I emphasize, will not be allowed to threaten the security of Israel again. Over the next 60 days, the Lebanese army and state security forces will deploy and take control of their own territory once again. Hezbollah terrorist infrastructure in southern Lebanon will not be allowed to be rebuilt. And over the next 60 days, Israel will gradually withdraw its remaining forces. And civilians on both sides will soon be able to safely return to their communities.
Biden said the agreement could herald a new start for Lebanon, as he also reflected on the stalemate that has characterized ceasefire efforts in Gaza between Israel and Hamas.
And just as the Lebanese people deserve a future of security and prosperity, so do the people of Gaza. They too deserve an end to the fighting and displacement. The people of Gaza have been through hell. Their world's absolutely shattered. Far too many civilians in Gaza have suffered, far too much. And Hamas has refused for months and months to negotiate a good faith ceasefire and a hostage deal. And so now Hamas has a choice to make. Their only way out is to release the hostages, including American citizens, which they hold. In the process, bring an end to the fighting, which would make possible a surge of humanitarian relief. Over the coming days, the United States will make another push with Turkey, Egypt, Qatar, Israel, and others to achieve a ceasefire in Gaza. With the hostages released and the end of the war without Hamas in power.
The Israeli Prime Minister indicated earlier that he had taken the ceasefire deal to the War Cabinet for approval, but warned that they would respond forcefully to any violations.
Why
should we have a ceasefire now? For three main reasons. The first reason is to focus on the Iranian threat, and I will not expand on that. The second reason is to give our forces a breather and replenish stocks. And I say it openly, it is no secret that there have been big delays in weapons and munition deliveries. And the third reason for having a ceasefire is to separate the fronts and isolate Hamas. From day 2 of the war, Hamas was counting on Hezbollah to fight by its side. With Hezbollah out of the picture, Hamas is left on its own, alone in the battle. We will increase our pressure on it, and that will help us in our sacred mission of releasing our hostages.
The U.S. president also called on Israel to be bold in turning its tactical gains against Hezbollah and Hamas into a coherent strategy that secures its long-term safety and advances peace and prosperity in the region. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.